Hi guys, a few weeks later, welcome to the Nidderdale Trail part 2. The first video, part 1, I did the first part of the walk in really hot conditions. It was over 100 degrees and it got a bit too much, especially without much water or places to find water. So I called it a day in Pateley Bridge, which is like the middle of the two loops that you do. And we've got a bit of a climb getting out of Pateley Bridge to rejoin the route. I'm going to follow the same route that I had planned, and staying at the same campsite which is planned, which I think is Manor Farmhouse, or Manor House Farm, I think it's called. I'll show you when we get there. So today's only going to be about 10-11 kilometres, and tomorrow will be a much longer day. It's not as hot as it was a few days ago. It's breezy and we may get rain, but hopefully we'll just have this breezy sunny afternoon to do this part of the hike. Anyway, let's keep climbing out of Pateley Bridge and get on with the Nidderdale Trail part 2. We've got Pateley Bridge there. We'll follow the road out. Where that car is, we can make it out down there. We've done the short but sharp climb, and then we hit these woods here. Just popped up now through them woods and through the bracken. We're getting towards the moors now. Straight across this road, continue through the bracken, and it should break us for a couple of kilometres on a moor trail. Very windy, but it's nice. I was going to have a chat with you while I was sat on the bench, but these towers, or these broken towers behind me, don't know what it is. This is where I am on the map and I can't see anything. So I was going to show you that and show you this view that I had. And suddenly two hikers appeared from nowhere and walked straight up to me and sat next to me. Said, "Oh, you're filming?" I went, "I was." And he went, "Oh, we don't want to spoil it." I went, "Well, you kind of have, in a polite way," and have moved on. Anyway, I think we're just breaking into the moors now, the little moor section of this bit. Now, I come across a bit of a snob there, I think, saying this bench was mine and all. No, I didn't mean it like that. But my camera was out, I had my other tripod out, and I was talking into a little microphone. Anyway, you must have needed a rest. It wasn't a problem. Very overgrown, this little section. Nice little stretch. When you get to that big mast that's behind me, we drop onto this nice 4x4. I can see the valley where we're heading for now. I can see the campsite. I think we've done about 4.5 kilometres since leaving Pateley Bridge. Very fresh with this wind bow. So we dropped off the 4x4 track and went through a little place called Hayshaw. We're outside one of the houses. It's this cool little car. And now we're back into the farmer's fields, heading past a set of woods, I think. But very pleasant, very steady descent as well. Looks like it's going through this farm. One of them awkward moments. Hoping he's got the sign up, but he's made us a way through his farm. But we're definitely heading through his farm. Right, we're about a kilometre short, just down in the foreground of Dacre banks. Now, you go through this on the bus. Well, I did, from Harrogate to Pateley Bridge. And I did see one shop, a village shop. The map does say there's toilets there as well. I think there's a pub or two. But it's Sunday 4:45, so I don't know if it'll be open. And also I'm not too sure, because I didn't check when we were on the bus, where the shop is related to where the path is that goes through it. How can we bother getting my map out when I was on the bus? I should have, really, to show you. Yeah, but we're not sure. Dacre Banks, I think it's called. Right, where you come out here into Dacre Banks, I think that's the shop there. Up there, past that house, them buildings on the left. I think it'll be shut, but we'll go and have a look. And it's open. Definitely the shop. Show you it. This is in Dacre Banks. So I'm going to pop in. So we've got a couple of kilometres to go till we get to the campsite. Right, I'm going a different way. Instead of going up towards that summer bridge and coming back on ourselves, the map, I think, has got a little footpath cutting down this way. This way, you can't see the way I'm going. The opposite way through the little village should drop us onto a wood, straight onto the stepping stones, about 2 kilometres. That's the way we're going. So we come out down there, walked up this way to the shop. Instead of going that way, the car's going down the road, we've come this way, up to the village hall, heading down this way, past the pub, the Royal Oak. Is it me or all the pubs round here? I'm sure on day one, when we did it the other week, the 2 pubs we went to were called the Royal Oak as well. So just past the pub, we've dropped onto that footpath. Should be showing up on the map now. And this should take us where we want to go. Saved a bit of road walking, kind of coming back on ourselves. So that's where we were. What we would have done is gone all the way up to where the cricket game is, dropped on that tree line there, which shows the River Nid, and followed it this way. And we've gone a direct route past the pub village hall this way, and it should drop us on the path down there in them woods now that I mentioned. I'll be able to make it out just through the trees. We've rejoined the River Nid, and just past this farm to our right, that one, we should be coming to the stepping stones that are on the map, and they take you up to the campsite from this direction. So not far to go for the day, and I hope this wind kind of stays, because campsites always bring mosquitoes, and this might help alleviate that. But it's been a beautiful afternoon's walk. When it was meant to be a bit rainy at the start, and the forecast was just cloudy, but as you've seen, we've had lovely sunshine bar a little squall at the start. halfway across the stepping stones now. And some of them are quite large jumps. So I'm going to put you away and concentrate on this. That's us across. No smart camera tricks or camera shots on that. In the centre, quite large steps. Thank God the thing's not in spate. Anyway, not far from the campsite now. It should be up here. It's just through this field. Just a nice set of trees there. There is no reception, but I've just called the guy and he said the field I walked through, which is just here. So as you cross the stepping stones, you come into the campsite, there's no one in this field, just go here. And there's picnic benches, so yeah, we're going to have a bit of luxury again tonight. I'll show you the campsite once we get in there. So you come in that corner there where they are with that dog, and you can camp anywhere in this field here. So we'll just go and get set up by these picnic benches. And just through that gate, about 30 metres up there, is the washrooms. Yeah, not too bad. It'll do me for tonight. Flat pitch, picnic bench. Right, let's get set up. That's me and the Optimus brought that out tonight because they're expecting strong winds. They died down a bit, but we're in a bit of a bowl here and the hedgerows around us are doing a good job. 99% set up, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get a shower. Right, that's me all showered. Again, yeah, as I said before, don't need any pennies for the showers, but there's only one. Maybe that's because it's on this side of the campsite, don't know. I'm still waiting for the bloke to turn up I spoke to on the phone to give him his tenner, because I said there's no reception. And the farm's the other side, he just said come down here. But there's the tent there. And I wanted to bring this tent out because I've got something planned start of September. And that's a hike I've come across in Scotland, the Cateran hike. And that's why I was talking about the Cairngorms today. A lot of that has gone up in with wildfire. Some motorcyclists have just come in, putting up the tents. Hopefully they'll be quiet. If not, I'll get my head down anyway. Yeah, today's walk though, really enjoyed it. Stats would be about, I think it was just under 11k around that. It would have been tough doing that in the heat the other week if I just carried on. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. And as you've seen today, unless you make the detour into Pateley Bridge, where I had breakfast at that gorge in the video one, you'll have to, if you haven't watched that, you'll have to watch that video. Unless you make the detour into Pateley Bridge, until you get to that Dacre, I think that little village shop, there is nowhere to get resupplied unless I said you do the detour into Pateley Bridge. But it's a lovely walk, easy going. Weather behaved itself. So all in all, I'm glad I come back and started to complete this walk. All right then. I'll probably wait and see you in the morning, guys. Good morning. It's about 7:30. Lovely sunny morning so far. We broke camp. We've just crossed the stepping stones again. We're back on the trail now. And we follow the river Nidd a bit before we start diverting off. Lovely little stay at that campsite last night. Very quiet. I got a good sleep. It's always helpful on a flat pitch. Yeah, for a tenner, can't complain. Right then, let's get on with the Nidderdale Trail. Today's loop from Manor House Farm to back to Pateley Bridge is about 30 odd k. Full disclosure, I won't be doing that. I've got a few time restraints against me today. So further down the trail, I will be taking a few little shortcuts. Hopefully I might end up doing about 20k around then, so I won't be doing the whole of the trail today, but I'll do as much as possible, show you guys what it's like. Yeah, unfortunately it's Monday, I've got to start getting sorted for work, but for now let's enjoy it. That dude's literally the black sheep of the family. Not long after starting to walk along the River Ned, come across this. Take it 250 metres up that way, you've got a cafe. And here, the path literally goes through someone's garden. But it's made beautiful, isn't it? What a beautiful little spot. What a wonderful bridge. First sign I've seen for quite a while. Done about 4 kilometres now. And we're heading back down to the River Nid. This bit's been like through a lot of farm fields. Not that greatly marked, I would say. But it's been pretty easy going. This is where I am on the map. We're just approaching a place called Burswith, where I'm going to be going about an hour and a half, so I'm going to just take a break here and just get sorted out. So I've just took my phone off aeroplane mode, and the forecast with due wind, which could bring a bit of rain. I just want to get myself sorted out. Nice weir here. Just want to get myself sorted out for that and get some water on. On my last vid, I said this is where I am on the map, approaching Burswith. I didn't save it. But when you get to Burswith, you've kind of got to do a detour, as you see me on the map now. And it's kind of going around this factory. You actually pop out where the zebra crossing is there, straight through there. We've got to kind of do a detour around the factory. It's well sign marked, the detour, so that's not too bad. Signpost, not sign marked. Anyway, I think we're off up the hills now. And then the next thing we're really heading for, I think it's called Ripley Castle. Sheep just chilling out. Lovely church is open, and I love coming to churches like this when I'm on walks. Always thinking of my mum, dad and my sister. I miss them, but they're always with me. Sign a visitor's book. Beautiful, peaceful church. I think it's Hampsway. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. So quiet. Anyway, we've got to continue with the walk. Shortly after leaving the church, we cross a bridge, crossing the River Nid, and we're moving on to the other side of Nidderdale Valley now. Nearly at the bottom of the figure 8 that I talked about in the first video, and we're still heading towards Ripley Castle. I think it gets a bit undulating now, because mostly this morning we've just kind of been in a roundabout way following the River Nid along. But yeah, on the other side of the valley and heading towards Ripley Castle. Short sharp climb, get to this wall, hit a road, and I think we come to a little place called Clint, and beyond that Ripley Castle. Rain started, but it was forecasted for an hour or two. Getting quite busy with people out for a walk. Nice stretch through these woods. Well, the woods we were in. We're on this like kind of track. Not far from the castle now. I don't think it's a National Trust castle. We're certainly not going venturing into it. Oh, there it is there, right in front of me. We're just going to keep pushing on. Yeah, there's a fair few people like I was saying. So I am hoping. It did say sign Ripley Village, and I think we go through Ripley Village. I'm not sure what's there, but the amount of people here, I'm hoping there's a little cafe somewhere. It'd be nice to stop off through our due rain and just chill out for a bit. Bingo! You've also got a tea room there. Because the coffee shop I went into, well, I went across there after, is the coffee machine was broke. So we've had a cup of coffee, we're pushing on now. Nice place though. Been going a couple of kilometres now since we've left Ripley Castle. This is where I am on the map. And again, I was expecting it to be like a, you know, like a metal type 4x4 track. It might turn into one, but at the moment it's quite easy walking, if not a bit benign, on this. I've just popped out here. This is Raw Mills or Raw Gills, something like that. Anyway, it's here on the map. And I'm looking for a bench. Take 15. Apologies, Shaw Mills. Got my name all over it. This stage of the walk, I think just before we got to Ripley Castle really, and since then it's kind of in scruffy fields, like the Children of Corn one we've just gone through, or it's on like little roads or tracks like this. And we're dropping onto another road shortly. I said, well, it's always nice being out and about, because you never know when it's going to be your last one. You really don't. So you've got to appreciate it. But I just hate walking on roads. But you've got to check yourself. Well, I've got to check myself sometimes and realise how lucky I am just to be doing this at 55. We keep going with a smile on our face. This is where I am on the map, about 20.4 k's in today. I was going to stop at 2 to get some water, but it's 10 to 2 and I found a nice little seat here. So I think we'll take our break a few minutes early. We'll make use of this concrete thing here. Geezers, how are we all doing? This is where I am on the map. I've dropped off the route. We're 3 miles short of Pateley Bridge and 1 mile short of Summer Bridge. Now, I did say this morning I didn't think I'd be doing the whole route, and there wasn't really any places along the route today to shave off, because I am quite I'm restricted with timings today. Got to get back. Work is looming. I've got to get my car. I don't want to pay any extra to extend its booking, and I've got a 2-hour drive back home. So as per just showed on the map, I've dropped off the route. I'm going to drop, is it Summer Bridge? Drop into there. The sign said 1 mile away, and that should get me just in time, I think, for the 3:45 bus that's running from Pateley Bridge, and that'll get me back to Harrogate, because the buses, again, even though it's a weekday, are regular, but they're every couple of hours. So unfortunately I won't be finishing the Pateley Bridge, but it's still been I'm on 24 kilometres today here, so I think it'll be a 25 kilometre day, and the actual day was about 31 kilometres, so not too bad. And I did say, full disclosure, this morning, I don't think I'll be doing the whole route. So yeah, we're just dropping down this hill now. This will drop me into the little town that we were near yesterday, and I'll find a bus stop. In Summer Bridge now. Bus stop's just behind me. I've got about 20 minutes before the bus. Shops open, bench, happy days. Just got a drink. Got about, as I said before, a few minutes before the bus. Stats for today will be about my version of Nidderdale Trail over a couple of weekends. One because of the heat, and today because of the time. But about 3 miles short. This is the road to Pateley Bridge. But I really enjoyed it back in North Yorkshire. Hope you did. I do hope to get out for a wild camp before, hopefully, like I said last night or yesterday, a trip to Scotland at the start of September. So hopefully I'll get out. Thanks for watching.